Hi my loves, welcome back to my channel. My name is Moyo and today I will show you how I made this bubu dress with fringe. It also has a tassel on the chest area, so if you're interested, please watch to the end. And also don't forget to like this video if it ends up being helpful. Don't forget to subscribe too. So I have 2 yards of this Ankara fabric and I folded it into 2. Then I'm going to fold it into 2 again, making me fold my fabric into 4 overall. Now what we'll be needing for this project is 2 yards of Ankara, which I got for 3,400 naira. I'll also be using 2 yards of my fringe, which was 4,000, and 1 tassel, which was 300 naira. So the total cost of this project is 7,700 naira. Right now my fabric is on fold and it's folded into 4, so I'm going to come over to the top of my fabric and I'm drawing a straight line, and this is my starting point. Now on that line I'm going to take 3.5 for my neck width, and for my neck depth I'm going to be taking only 1/2 inch. Then I'm going to make a slight curve. I'm taking the width of my bubu to be 17.5. That's how wide I want it to be. So if you want yours to be bigger, then get it and make it bigger. So I'll mark that on different parts on my fabric. Remember that this marking is from the folded area, so I'm just going to mark that on different points like you can see. Then I am going to use my long ruler to connect the points that we've just made. I'll also mark the entire length of my bubu. I want the length to be 40 when I'm done, so I just added extra 2 inches to make it 42. That's for my allowance, my folding allowance and my shoulder allowance. Then I'm just going to mark 42 on different points like you can see. Then I will connect using my ruler, and now it's time to cut out everything that we have marked. Ankara can be very tricky when it comes to recognizing the right side from the wrong side, so I always like to use a chalk to kind of label the back side. So now I'm going to place my tape on my shoulder area and I'm going to mark 11 inches. This is going to serve as the opening of my sleeve. I'm just going to notch it and I'm going to separate one of the pieces. The other piece that is left, I will come to the neck area and mark the depth of my neck, which will be 7 inches. Then I'm going to use my ruler to make that V shape. I want a rounded V, so I'm going to curve it a little like you can see. Then I'm going to cut. Because my fabric is really small, 2 yards, I use another cotton fabric that I already have in the house. Then I cut the facing for the front, and I also did the same for the back as well. I'm going to open up my back and I'm going to place my facing on it and secure it with pins. Also for my front, I will do the same step. Once I'm done attaching with my pins, I'm going to use my sewing machine to sew on the neck area. I'm going to notch the neck area and I'm going to flip it to the other side. This step we're doing it for both the front and the back because we want our neckline to come out really nice and neat. And this is my result, guys. So if I turn it to the other side, this is what it looks like. Now I place the back part of my bubu on the ground. I'm going to place the front side on it. Remember, right sides facing each other. I'm going to use the back facing to turn the front like you can see. Then I am going to sew on both sides of the shoulder. When you are doing this, make sure that you secure your shoulders properly and align them properly. This is what I have. Once I'm done sewing, I'm just going to flip the back facing to the back side, and then I'm going to iron the shoulder properly with an iron. Remember that 11 inches notch that we made earlier. From that point, I'm going to mark 1.5 inches in my allowance, and I'm going to mark it on different points on my dress. Then I will connect the points using a ruler, and I'm also going to repeat this step for the other side. Then we're going to sew on these points to the hemline of our gown. I'm going to secure my hemline using my machine and I'm going to sew around like you can see. So I did that on both sides of my sleeve and I'm done now. Now it's time to attach my fringe. Now when I'm doing my fringe, I normally like the edge of the fringe to be inside. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold my hemline, the hemline of my dress. I'm going to fold it twice. That's 1 and 2. Then the second time I fold, I'm just going to place the edge of my fringe on top of the fold that I've just made. Then I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to sew round. Okay, so the edge of my fringe is not showing, it's just the fringe that is showing outside. Guys, I'm done sewing and I went ahead to turn my bubu dress to the front side, and this is what it looks like. Next, I'm going to attach my tassel, and to attach my tassel, I'm just going to be using needle and thread. I'm using a matching color of thread, so I'm just going to sew from the wrong side. I'm going to sew several times so that the tassel does not remove. And guys, that is it. That is simply how to do your own bubu dress. I really hope this video was helpful. If it was, please give me a huge thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Also follow me on Instagram, Twitter, everywhere. My links are below. Thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.